Good morning children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and safe at home. This is your social class and in today's class we are going to see the chapter 4, some more landforms. So this is your chapter 4, some more landforms will be in your first semester book. So in this lesson we are going to see the landforms that are present on our earth. So this is the first part of our fourth lesson. Okay. Now we are going to see all the landforms that are present on our earth.
Children, the first landform we are going to see about is the river. So in this picture you can see the image of the river. So river is full of water. So where is the water is flowing in this picture? That is called as river. How rivers are formed? Rivers are formed when snow or large masses of ice called glaciers at the top of a mountain melt and flow downhill. So, at the top of the mountain there will be snow or large piece of ice. Those things, those snow or ice will be melting and come down to the hill. Where it will come? It will come the downside of the hill. So a river is formed in that place. So from the top of the mountain to the downside of the hill there will be a river formed. Then rivers can also be the runoffs from lakes. From lakes there will be a part of water running off in some other side. Okay, that is also called as river. So what are the river? How the rivers are formed? Rivers are formed when snow or ice is melting from the top of the hill to the downside of the hill. In this way river is formed. Otherwise it can be from the lakes also. Rivers are formed from the lakes also. When the lake water goes in some other side, it will be told as river. Then which is the world's longest river? It's Nile in Africa. The name of the river is River Nile. River Nile in Africa is the world's longest river. So, the Nile river has the source, has the starting point is from the Lake Victoria. Okay, Nile river has the starting point as Lake Victoria, which is the largest lake in Africa. So in Africa there is a lake called Lake Victoria. From there only the Nile river is flowing. So the longest river in Africa is River Nile and the largest lake in Africa is Lake Victoria, which is the source of River Nile. So this Nile river flows through 10 countries, not only in only one countries. In 10 countries this Nile river is flowing. Then it also passes through the swamp Sud. What is the name of the swamp? Sud. Swamp means it is a low-lying area where the water is collected. Okay, swamp. It is a low-lying area. The ground will be low so that water is collected there. That is called as swamp. Okay, the name of the swamp in Africa is Sud. And the world's largest hot desert, Sahara. So this Nile river is passing through Sud and the world's largest hot desert, Sahara. Okay, the Nile River has its source at Lake Victoria, which is located in Africa. Then the Nile River is flowing through 10 countries. Then it also flows through the swamp Sud and the Sahara Desert. This is about rivers. The next one you are seeing in this image is tributary. Okay, this is also related to river only. Now we will see what is a tributary. A tributary is a stream or a river that flows into a larger river. So if from one river there is a branch going on in another way, it is called as tributary. So from one river the another river will be separated, another water path will be separated, that is called as tributary. So the tributary of river Nile is White Nile. So there may be many tributaries for one river itself. Okay, we cannot tell there will be only one tributary for one river like that and all, we cannot tell. There may be any number of tributaries for one river. So one of the tributaries of Nile River is White Nile. Then another tributary is Blue Nile, which is in Sudan. So in Sudan only White Nile and Blue Niles will be joining. Okay, so there are two tributaries for river Nile, two branches of river or White Nile and Blue Nile. In Sudan, Blue Nile will join White Nile to form the river. These two tributaries will be joining in one place so that the river is formed. So here the Nile River is formed in Sudan only. So this is about tributary. Tributary is nothing but a branch of a river, stream of a river. Okay, this is called as tributary. In this picture you are seeing the tributary. Okay, children, can you guess what is the landform we are going to see next? With the help of picture, can you tell that? Yes, very good. We are going to see about the desert. This is the picture of desert. So, where the deserts are found? Deserts are found at 30° north and south of the equator. So, in the first lesson itself, we have saw about the equator. So, from the equator, we have to go to 30° north or 30° south. In those places only deserts are found. Okay, from the equator 30° north or 30° south, in those places deserts are found. So in desert the deserts will get only less rainfall, or even sometimes there won't be any rain in desert. Okay, it will receive only less rainfall, or at some times in some deserts there won't be any rain. Therefore the deserts are hot and dry. At any time, if you are seeing the desert, if you are going to a desert, it will be very hot and very dry. Why? Because there is no rainfall, or it receives only less rain. So where the deserts are found? It is found in 30° north or 30° south of the equator. In deserts, we cannot find any trees or plants. Only some trees or plants are available in desert, like cactus, acacia and some other plants. So in this picture you are seeing the image of cactus. cactus. It is the picture of cactus. So it is seen only in desert. It is a desert plant. And another plant we can see is acacia. Acacia. Acacia is the another plant which is found in desert. So the cactus leaf has leaves like thorns that prevent water from evaporating and animals from eating it. So here while you are seeing this, you can see many thorns on it. Okay, so these thorns are useful for the cactus for storing water. So if the thorns are present, the water will not evaporate easily. The evaporation of water will be prevented with the help of thorns. And these thorns are also useful for it by when the animals comes to eat the cactus, they can't eat. So these thorns prevent the animals from eating it. Then sometimes we find oasis sources. Not only these plants or the sources of water, some oases are also present. Oasis means they are the sources of fresh water around which we can see trees such as date palms. So here date palms are also present in desert. Where the date palms are present? They are present around the oasis. Oasis are the sources of fresh water. So we can see only some plants called cactus and acacia. Cactus and acacia are having thorns which will prevent the water evaporation of water and the animals eating it. Okay, then oasis, date palms are present near oasis. Oasis are the sources of fresh water. Not only plants, coming to the animals, few animals can survive in deserts. What are those animals? They are scorpion, desert fox, camel and so on. So you can remember the camel, desert fox, scorpion. These three animals you can remember, and you already know the camel. You already know camel will live in desert. Then not only camel, desert fox and scorpions are also live in deserts only. So this is about the desert plants and animals which are living in deserts. The next one we are going to see about is valley. So this is the picture of valley. Here you can see the land between two mountains. Okay, so this is called valley. Valleys are lowlands. They are not normal lands. They are somewhat low than when comparing to the normal lands. So these valleys, these lowlands are found between the hills or mountains. So in the places of hills or mountains only valleys are found. So how these are formed? As rivers flow down plateaus or mountains, they carve out deep gorges and river valleys. So when the rivers flow from the mountains, they go to the lowlands only, so that the valleys are formed. Then some valleys are formed due to the slow movement of glaciers. I already told what are the glaciers, like snow or ice. When the snow or ice are moving slowly, these valleys are formed. Because of the movement of the snow or ice, there will be slow movement of snow or ice. Because of this, valleys are formed. So valleys are nothing but the lowlands which are found between the hills or mountains. Here you are seeing the picture of pass. So the landform pass is the next one we are going to see now. Passes are nothing but the narrow passages between the mountains. So passes are the roads. When we are telling directly, they are the roads or pathways that are found between the mountains. So they are used by people to cross the mountains to reach the other side. These passes or these narrow passages are used by people. We people will use these passes to cross the mountains. We can't cross without any pathway. So these pathways are used to cross the mountains so that we can reach the other side of the mountains. Sometimes passes will connect even the countries. Passes can connect the countries also. We can see the passes between two countries. For example, Lipulek Pass. Lipulek Pass connects India and Nepal. So Lipulek Pass is the pass that connects India and Nepal. With the help of this pathway, we are doing trade between the two countries. Between India and Nepal, we are doing trade with the help of the Lipulek Pass. Pass is nothing but the narrow passage, pathway between the mountains. We people use this pass to cross the mountains and so we can reach the other side of the mountain. For example, Lipulek Pass connects India and Nepal. With the help of that pass only, we are doing trade between the two countries. The next landform we are going to see is plain. So plains are the flat areas. We can see many plains in many places. They are nothing but the flat areas. There won't be any hill or any valley, any pass, nothing will be there. So they are the flat areas. They are very rich in fertile soil. So they are very rich in fertile soil. Soil will be having many nutrients and minerals. Why? Because those minerals and silt are carried from its source. So where the minerals and silt are present, from there it will come to the plain area. Okay, because of this only the plain areas soil are very fertile. Then plains are usually densely populated as they are suitable for cultivation of various crops. So with the help of these minerals and nutrients, we can cultivate many crops in the plain areas. Because of this, plain areas are densely populated. Densely populated means there will be many people present in that area. Before this, we have seen many landforms. In those landforms, most of the people, many people won't be present, but most of the people will be present only in plains. So why? Because there are many nutrients and minerals present in the soil. With the help of that soil, we can cultivate crops. Because of this, the plain areas are densely populated. More flat land is available for building houses, roads, railway lines, airports and so on. So we can't live without the buildings. These buildings, the buildings where in which we live, those buildings are built only in the flat areas. This is called as plains. Buildings like houses, roads, railway lines, airports. These buildings are built only on plain areas. Many important cities such as Delhi, New York, Rome, and Paris are situated on plains. Many cities, many very important cities like Delhi, New York, Rome, and Paris are located on the plains only. They have prospered because they are situated on the banks of rivers, which helped in setting up of industries, trade, and in transportation. So the river banks are used in many ways like trade, industries, and transportation. These river banks are present near Delhi, New York, Rome, and Paris. Because of this only, these areas are very popular. Okay, children, we have seen about the plains. They have very rich, fertile soil which are having so much of nutrients and minerals which are deposited by the rivers from its source. Then these areas are densely populated. Why? Because the cultivation of crops are very easy in these places, and many buildings like houses, roads, railway lines, airports can be built. Then Delhi, New York, Rome, and Paris are situated on plains. These areas are very popular because they are situated on the banks of rivers. These banks of rivers are helpful for setting up the industries, trade, and transportation. The next picture we are seeing is coastal plain. Coastal plains are found along the borders of continents or along the coast of seas or oceans. So, where the coastal plains are found? They are found only in the borders of the continents, okay, or along the coast of seas or oceans. Then they are formed due to the elevation of the interior part of the land. These coastal plains are formed due to the upliftment of the land present there. These lands are uplifted. Because of this, coastal plains are formed.
Your home assignment is complete the given book exercises. So you will be getting a PDF to this video. You have to refer that PDF and you have to complete all the book exercises in your book. If you are not having your book, you can write all the book exercises in your classroom note itself or in any other note. Okay? Then your activity is list the landforms we have seen in this lesson. So we have seen many landforms in this lesson. You have to list all the landforms that we have seen in this lesson. You have to